Hey, so what is going on, everyone? It is me, Mr. Mario.
And Dope Swanner.
And how are you doing today, Daniel?
I am fantastic. Finally, I don't have to bitch about it being hot because it is actually comfortable here in Southern California.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love the fall, man.
Yeah, it's the best, man. It really is.
Yeah, so this is ModChat Plus, which is a series we have not done in months, man. It's been months.
It's been a minute, dude. It's really been a minute.
Yeah, and I actually honestly, I like doing ModChat Plus more than ModChat because ModChat Plus is just completely unscripted, and we normally make the episodes go on longer than they need to because we just kind of go off the rail with everything.
Well, I feel like I don't know. Again, like we don't have to be on topic, which leaves us with so much room for potential like opportunity and expandage. You know.
Exactly. That's actually one issue I have with with actual mod chat is because Daniel, you and I were quite similar in the fact that we will go off a tangent and we will keep going off that. So I normally I don't do this, but I have to be the one when our conversation goes off guard. I have to be the one to bring it back on mod chat. But on mod chat plus, we don't need to worry about that.
Yeah, you. Oh, there's my dog.
Yeah, this is ModChat Plus.
Yeah, I was concerned when I opened my window, but I was like, it's ModChat Plus. Shut up. Jesus.
Well, she can talk.
Yeah. God, what was I gonna say? Yeah, but you are usually the one because I'll go off on like a rant. And you're like, oh, this is off topic. So like, you'll say something, and I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
like,
because I've had people complain about that. They're like, can you stay on the topic, please? I'm like, well, we did talk about Cheerios for 20 minutes. So.
Yeah. Well, you'd be surprised. There's a lot of like aspects in a Cheerio that just are not discussed normally.
Exactly.
That's funny.
But yeah, anyways, ModChat Plus is pretty much where it's our little spin-off of ModChat where we don't do these that often. I'd like to pick up on them more, but essentially this is where Dope Swanner and I get to talk about whatever the hell we want to. So this is more, if you like listening to ModChat where we talk about our more serious, we stay on one topic or try to, and we talk about modding. In here, the only thing that shares similarities is it's Dope Swanner and I talking, and it's an offshoot of Mod Chat. It's kind of like a behind-the-scenes version almost, where we kind of just talk about whatever the hell we want to.
It's kind of a way for my dog to bark, and
yeah,
for
us... could you close the window? Because if that's going to go on for like an hour...
Yeah. Hold on. Now it's going to get hot. I'm going to be bitching again. But anyways.
I'm sorry, man. Or you
it's
could just
fine,
like, have
I
it
get
up, you could have it like a little crack, maybe.
Nah, I can't, dude. Those dogs' lungs just really, really, I don't know, like escalate the sound or whatever. It's fine.
I gotcha.
But yeah, so basically, this is a lot of fun for us because we can talk about whatever the hell we want, and you can still hear the dog through the fucking closed window.
Damn it.
I don't know, man. But yeah, so basically it's fun because we can talk about whatever we want. It's for those of you, in my mind, it's like a way for those of you that want to, like our personalities and kind of want to get to know us on a more personal level, in a sense.
Exactly. The only episode of ModChat Plus that had any type of structure was the first one we did, which we talked about, all the nasty roach stories and all that.
Oh, yeah. I do remember that. But then after that one, we kind of just freestyled it, and I like that way better than
exactly.
And you do too, obviously. It's been a lot more fun going that route.
Exactly, because also, Daniel, you and I are pretty busy, so ModChat Plus is like the perfect opportunity for us to use it as an excuse to, just talk about whatever the hell we want to.
Oh, yeah. No, I would say, well, I mean, honestly, like, to be perfectly honest with everyone, like, on a regular basis, aside from an occasional weird tweet back and forth, like, Mod Chat is the time that we do talk about things and catch up.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's just because it's like, I know you stay busy, you have a completely different schedule than me, and then I stay busy as well, too, so it's like, well, we need to find some way to talk.
Yeah, exactly, and this is that opportunity, basically.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. But I will say you have been a fantastic, co-podcaster on this as well, too, because I know other people that would be as busy as you and they'd be in the position and our schedules wouldn't fit, but they'd just be like, I can't do it this month or this month or this month, but you have stuck by it every single month.
Well, I will say this is that I commend you because you are the one that when it's time, when it's that time, you say, hey, you ready for this week? And honestly, like if I didn't have you like say shooting me that text, since I do have so much going on, it would slip my mind. But once I get that text from you, then I'm like, it's like, again, it's prioritizing, and this is important to me. So once I get that message from you, then I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, like let's figure out a day that works for both of us this week.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
well, thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. No, it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. 10 months, 10 months in right now with our base ModChat plus or ModChat. So I mean, we're going strong, dude. I mean, it's sweet. I can't wait for our 1 year anniversary.
Absolutely, it'll be fantastic. Yeah, and right now, actually, I do plan to drop this one a lot earlier than other episodes, because right now we're recording this on the 22nd, but I plan to drop this on the 24th, because I'm like, I have to space out my content properly right now, because also, like, Halo 5 is just going to, be, like, dropping like a tank in the middle of everything, so I might be spamming Halo on my channel a bit here soon.
Yeah, I feel like I will have a pretty solid amount of Halo since like that's something I've never played before. Me and you had talked about playing through it together, and I mean, I need a break from Counter-Strike, so that sounds like a solid opportunity to do some Halo gameplay and Halo, commentaries and stuff like that.
Of course. I was actually going to ask with that, so I mean, I guess first kind of formal topic we're talking about on here. What have you been playing recently? Because I've had some good gaming stories here.
Honestly, like 99% of my gaming has been Counter-Strike, man. Like, I think that I picked up that game maybe 2 months ago now, and I can't, off the top of my head, I don't know what my Steam hours are on it.
You keep talking. Let me look up your Steam hours.
Okay, on that game?
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, basically, I shit you not, man. It's been the reason why my school is going just absolutely shitty right now is because of Counter-Strike.
Oh, dude, don't say that.
I'm completely serious, man. Like, I'll get off work. Okay,
oh my god, it's Counter-Strike and LoL, League of Legends. Those are the two grade killers out here.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, Counter-Strike, there was a night I got off work and I closed the bar on Wednesdays. So I got home at 2 o'clock and I was like, I'll just play 1 or 2 competitive games. And so at that point, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, you know what? Like, it's already 4. I have to get up at 7. Like, let's just play. So I played all the way up until school, dude. And I went to my first class. I slept through my second class and had to go home before my third class because I had 2 energy drinks, dude. And like, nothing was being retained. So on average, I'd say the last like month or two on a weekly basis, I've been playing, I want to say like 40 hours a week, dude.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that sounds about right. It says 89.5 hours the past 2 weeks.
Yeah. That sounds right.
Yeah, and it says you have 481 hours on record. Last played October 21st. So, okay, you're on like a 1-day hiatus right now.
Yeah. Today I'm not. Well, the thing is, like, I just got home from school and we're doing this. Then I'm going on a date at like 8:30. So tomorrow, you better believe that I will be on it. But I'm actually. The thing is, since I don't really have self-control to Counter-Strike, I'm gonna probably start playing it a little bit less. Because like. For me, when I play like Call of Duty and stuff like that, it's easy for me to like, okay, I'll play a couple games tonight and then get off. But because with Counter-Strike, like one competitive match is a fucking hour, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a lot of commitment. And
it is. No, I believe it.
And it's like on an average day, I'm playing like 4 or 5 competitive matches, like minimum, and that's 4 or 5 fucking hours, dude. Mm-hmm. So it's like my brother's been telling me too. Like the other day, he woke up and I was like, I saw him in the morning and then I came home from work and school and it was like 10 o'clock at night and I played Counter-Strike with him till about 2 like we normally do. And I was like, what'd you do today, dude? And he was like, okay, I got up at noon. I played Counter-Strike for 3 hours.
Wait,
then
you're saying you did this?
No, this is my brother. This is my brother.
Okay.
He's as hooked as me. He's like, I played for 3 hours. I had some breakfast. I watched streaming of Counter-Strike for an hour. I played for 2. I went to sleep. I woke up. I watched a stream for 2. Played for 3. Now you came home. We played for 4. And
Jesus
he's like,
Christ.
Yeah. He was like, I haven't showered.
Y'all are some addicts, man.
Yeah, dude. My brother's like, he's like, dude, like, I don't care what people say. Like, this shit's fucking addictive, man. And like, he's like, I've got a serious. He went as far as uninstalling it for 3 days, dude. He's like, no, dude, I've got to like work out and take care of myself and like, but then like, one of our buddies got it, and so he's like, oh fuck, I had to get it again, and now he's like back on that hiatus trying to make it to like Legendary Eagle. I mean, he's really good at it, but at the same time, like I'm trying to actually get him to start streaming because I'm like, dude, with the amount you play, like I feel like if you're streaming, at least like you'll be like maybe like like putting it towards something, you know, like building an audience and like having fun with it. Because I think that he'd be really good at it, dude. Like he's real similar to me, but he's just got a lot of excuses every time. He's, you know, I don't know, and this and that.
And see, for me, I don't like streaming that much just because, like, when I play a game, first off, like, I could be the type of person where I'm getting up, like, I'm getting, like, off and on my chair every 2 goddamn seconds. And then second, the thing is, I just, like, when I play, I like to just, you know, kind of, like, relax and just ease my head and all that as well, too. So there's a lot of times, you know, I'll be playing games and I'm not even, like, recording gameplay or anything.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's different than me because honestly, like, if I'm playing Counter-Strike for 5 hours, I'll leave my chair twice. Once to grab another bottle of water, once to take a shit or a piss.
Gotcha.
And the thing is too, like when I play first person shooters, which is again primarily what I do play, I'm not relaxed at all, bro. I'm on
Hmm.
edge. So like having people to talk to, that actually is relaxing for me because like it takes my mind for a split second off the fact that like I'm either getting raped or like this is. I mean, it sounds weird, bro, but like at the same time, as much as like Counter Strike like does stress me out and piss me off, I've been having a fucking blast. And when I'm playing, my dog's barking, and when I'm playing Counter Strike, like I'm not thinking about anything else, and I like that. I like that it's actually like engaging me to the point where any other bullshit going on, like I don't think about it. It's just
I
me and my
gotcha.
game. So that's cool. But
Yeah.
aside from that though, dude, like all I've really played is I mean I did that whole Battlefront beta for a day or two here, and
Hmm. I mean, that was a fun game, but I'm just like I'm not super into it for whatever reason.
it's funny. I actually like for a second would like to know because you did mention that to me earlier. Like, what exactly is it that you were like expecting that you didn't get
Dude,
from?
I had no expectations for it. Like Battlefront is not a staple in my childhood, so there's people that are just like, "Hey, the first one was better, and it had so much better DLC, and it had a single player campaign, all this stuff." I'm like, "Hey, I never played the Battlefront games, honestly, so like I wasn't expecting anything." But I
Okay.
went in and I was like, it's a smooth game. They did it well, but I don't know. It just seemed it was kind of boring to me.
Okay. I will say that Battlefront, I want to say 2, was one of the first shooters I was ever allowed to play on PC, and we got away with it because it wasn't real bullets. It was like fucking laser beams and shit,
Of course.
and so me and my brother, we played a lot of it. I don't really honestly remember that much. It was such a long time ago, but I I don't know. Like I can agree. Like to me, the actual beta was pretty. I don't want to use the word boring, dude, but like there wasn't a lot to it. Like I mean,
But
there's
then
only
again, it was a technical test. They just wanted to see how everything worked on a large scale when thrown at the public.
yeah, and I mean there was only one map for two different game types. So my thing is like whether like the deciding factor to whether I'm actually going to contribute some time into it is one like how much customizability there are. Two, someone told me there's 12 maps, so like that's at least a decent amount of maps for to kick it off.
And there's going to be a $50 season pass on top of that.
Which I won't. I won't buy that. The only season pass I've gotten is for Call of Duty, and I'm depending on how much I play the first 3 months will depend on whether I got it or not. Because as you know, I got it for Advanced Warfare, and like I have not played that shit in months. So
Hmm.
it's really
I'm getting the mini fridge edition of it. So
you get the season pass then, right?
yeah.
Okay, I would imagine you get everything, dude.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I would say like my biggest disappointment with Battlefront that I found out with it, I probably should have known beforehand, is that there's absolutely no campaign.
Yeah, there
And
is no. I think they're probably gonna do like a bullshit type campaign, and by that I mean like if you play Titanfall, for example, there was a campaign, but the campaign was literally multiplayer matches that were random, and between each one, and at the beginning and the end, and sometimes during the matches, you would have commentary from the characters battling it out, but. It was pretty much just a randomized multiplayer.
yeah, and for me, again, like when it comes to, I know, like when it comes to Call of Duty, you play the story mode, which I never have. With Halo, I will play it just because it's Halo and like I want to see what it's all about.
Dude,
I know that,
I'm not even going to. I don't even think I'm going to touch the multiplayer until I'm finished with the single player.
yeah, I remember you saying that. I
Mhm.
don't
I'm
think,
taking. By the way, I'm taking the day off on Tuesday. I'm taking that day off to play Halo.
Jesus, I wish I could do that. I have fucking school from 9 to 9 that
Dude,
day.
my plans got ruined. Okay, this is my original deal, right? What I was gonna do was I was gonna go the midnight. I was gonna come home, unbox it, upload that, all that, install it. After installed, I was gonna see how tired I would be and play it until I passed out. Wake up, go to my one class, then come back home, play it until I pass out, and then maybe wake back up again and play it more. But I have a test on Tuesday in my one class, so now I have to study for that, get a good night's rest, go to my class, but then after my class, I am going to go straight to Best Buy, pick up my copy, and then install it and play it and all that stuff.
So you've got to be responsible, which sucks.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, here's the thing: I could choose to not be responsible. I could easily do that. The thing is,
Yeah,
I don't. I really don't want to fail a test over a game.
yeah. I don't know what you're talking about because I've never done anything like that. But no, I fucking that's goddamn it. But anyways, yeah, no, that's probably a smarter option. I ordered mine on Amazon and I have no idea what time. It says I'm getting it on launch day, but I would imagine it won't be at 1 in the morning. I don't see like a little guy on a bike throwing it like a newspaper. But so I figured I'll get it midday, and by the time I get home at 9, I'll play that, and I don't work until Wednesday at 5:30. So I'll probably stay up to like 4 or 5, and then sleep all day, and then go to my shift. So I'll get some
Gotcha.
solid hours in on Wednesday for that game.
Yeah, and see, my group, because we're working on a group project for another class as well, they're just like, okay, can you meet Tuesday? I was like, no.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, why not? I'm like, you remember that one thing that's coming out they're just like, God damn it, there's a game coming out. I'm like, listen, I've never taken off an entire day of work or anything for a game. This is the one time I want to do it. Okay, just let me do it. And they're like, okay, fine. Now we have to work on this Wednesday or Thursday because Danny's game is coming out. I'm like, well, you all can work on it. It's just I will not be there Tuesday, but I'll be there Wednesday or Thursday. Just give me my 8 or 10 hours on Tuesday to play this game.
Just to binge it, dude.
Yeah, and I'm probably not even going to be able to beat it that day. I'd be impressed if I can. But no, like, I'm not even super hyped about it, but I am. It's weird. I'm not hyped about it. Like, I haven't looked at any trailers really. I've listened to Hunt the Truth, but I haven't looked at the intro sequence or gameplay or anything like that. But I am excited to get my hands on it and, play the game and everything. But by hyped, I mean, I'm not saying, oh my God, I'm going to go, well, I did get a bunch of Mountain Dew, but it's not like I'm going to get, cases and cases of Mountain Dew, and then I'm going to, be regarding as the best game ever and all that, which could be. I don't know. Like, any game at any time could really be the best game ever. I don't think it is going to be, but, I am going to look forward to getting this thing.
I will say that number one, I do have high expectations for it. I really do. Two, I've watched some multiplayer gameplay. I have. Three, I did see somebody playing through the actual campaign the other night on, I don't know what, I think it was on YouTube, just streaming it, and I clicked on it for like a brief second, and I was just like, no, this isn't right. Like, I don't fucking, if I'm gonna play through it, like, I don't want to see it beforehand, like, it's gonna ruin it for me.
And that's why I don't really like watching streams or Let's Plays or anything, because I'm like, well, I would rather play the game myself and experience everything instead of, watching a Let's Play of it or something like that.
Well, for me, that depends on, like, if there's a game that I know I for sure am not gonna play and I have no interest in, and I just want to, like, see someone play it, I'll watch it. Like, my buddy watched, I can't remember. It was a horror series game, though. Me and him both don't play horror series, so for us, it's fun watching this YouTuber just kind of be a goofball and play through it.
And dude, see, for me, it's still that same thing. Like, it does not matter. Even if it's a game that I really don't want to play that much, I would still rather play it than actually watch it.
Huh. I mean, I watch a lot of streams, dude, but, like, I mean, lately it's been a lot of Counter-Strike. I've been watching pros just trying to, like, get tips for, spots to flash and, like, their sensitivities and, like, how they play compared to how I play. So
Gotcha.
I feel like that's kind of, like, different in a sense,
Gotcha. No, I understand.
But...
Yeah. No, right now I've what is it? Do you mind if I kind of share what I've been
Oh
playing
yeah,
recently?
of course.
Yeah. No, so let's see. I went back to because I actually, I gotta say, I kind of stopped playing Metal Gear Solid 5. I'm not a big fan of it right now.
Really?
Yeah, like, that was another game I wasn't hyping, but I was like, I want to get a hold of this game because I got the special edition of it, and, it's the last Metal Gear Solid game that Kojima's working on. And, dude, my dog is not even a dog. He's still a puppy. Like, I couldn't get into it that much. Even, like, people were saying, they're just like, oh, the 30-minute intro sequence is so epic and all that. I'm like, I wasn't that impressed with it, honestly. Like, and then even... The gameplay is so smooth. It really is. It's some of the best gameplay I've played. But the problem is when it comes to any type of substance and the story and the way it's set up, in episodic missions as opposed to, one big thing like the previous Metal Gear Solid games were, it almost feels like it doesn't have any heart behind it. And it's almost becoming more prevalent with that as well, too, as we're seeing more things like Metal Gear Online came up, and there's microtransactions, and there's so you have like a base that you can build on Metal Gear Online, and you can buy insurance for your base, monthly insurance.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, like, I just see that, and I'm like, wow, oh my God, I don't know, I've lost a bit of faith in it.
It's weird because, I mean, for one though, it did get really good feedback, right? From
I don't know how, because and here's the thing, I've talked with other people about it too, or more other people have approached me. They're like, hey, Danny, what do you think of Metal Gear Solid 5? I'm like, I don't like it that much. They're like, okay, I don't like it that much either. I don't know how it got like 10s and 9s.
Yeah, it got across the board. It got phenomenal because I have my buddy. He's a huge gamer, and he picked it up after like watching some online content events. Like, oh, this looks great, and he wanted to play it. And I've seen him. He's had it probably for like 2 or 3 weeks now, and I asked him, I was like, well, how do you like Metal Gear? And he's like, honestly, dude, like, I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I've had a hard time getting into it. And I went over to his house and like, honestly, dude, like, I'm not even sure if he's like 5% done, dude. Like, he
Hmm.
just like doesn't, he's still like on the fucking main base. Like, he just, I don't know. He just like, I don't know. This
Oh
is
well, the main base, you're growing that out. That's mother base.
Oh, okay, okay. Because I don't know, again, like, I don't know much
Gotcha.
about it,
Like,
but I'm
what
just,
did he have a puppy or did he have like a full grown dog?
oh, no, no, no. He didn't have a full grown dog at all.
Okay, okay. So
No.
he's still very early on in the game.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't honestly like based off like now him having it for a few weeks. I don't think he'll actually play through it, dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard for me to play through as well too. But even it's just I'm just not that crazy about it, honestly. Like a lot of people, they might either share the sentiment or they'll be like, "You're crazy. This game is great." And it's like I've even noticed another thing is people who are new to the series, it's been a great entry for them. Like one of my best friends, actually, he played through Ground Zeroes. He accidentally stayed up all night playing it, and he loved it. And he ended up picking up the Phantom Pain, and he doesn't understand why I don't like it. And I'm like, what was your first Metal Gear Solid game? Ground Zeroes. That's why, because this is your introduction. So for you, it's just a game. For me, I've played the other ones, and I'm okay with change, but it's just this is not, it doesn't feel like Metal Gear Solid to me. That's also another reason why I wasn't a big fan of Metal Gear Rising as well, too, because Metal Gear Rising is completely different, but the story on there was just so whack and out of place and paper thin that I wasn't that into it. I played it once and I finished it, and I was done.
Huh? Yeah, I've actually never played Metal. I mean, like I might have played like one or like a little bit of one on I don't know like PS1 or PS2, but
Hmm.
I've never owned a copy of it. It's just being sneaky dude has never been my style of game, man.
Yeah, and this one you definitely have to be super, super sneaky. The other games, if you turn down the difficulty, it was okay. You could get away with mostly anything. You just have to be a little sneaky. But this
Yeah.
one, no, it definitely has a bigger learning curve to it. It's extremely genius how they set up some of the stuff on there, though.
Yeah, I'm much more of like a run and gun or a. I mean, I like platformers too. Don't get me wrong, but just yeah, being sneaky. Like my buddy played Thief on like the hardest difficulty, and I was watching him play it, dude. Like he had to find a switch, right? And like if you play it on the regular settings, the fucking switch is glowing. But when you play it on the hardest, like you have no idea. And I watched him
Yep.
my shit for 3 hours, man, in one fucking room, like touching every object, every crevice, trying to figure it out. And he finally got it, but I'm like, no way, dude. After like 15 minutes, I would either Googled it or like snap this disc. Like I just I can't do games that like require heavy thought, dude. Like I like more.
I
I guess
understand.
you know what I'm saying? Like more
Yeah.
like involved. I don't know if that's even the right term, but just games
Just
where like
just
running
something where
about.
you're not looking for a thing in one room for 3 hours.
Exactly, exactly. Like I do not have the patience for it, and
No,
I know that, you
I
know.
completely understand. Yeah, no, I've been playing, so, well, technically I stopped playing that, but let's see, I've been kind of playing on everything almost, because, well, the 3DS, I was playing Persona Q on there, but I put that on hold because I went over to the PS Vita, and I've been playing, what the hell game was it? Persona 4 Dancing All Night, which is just like, they're such weird games, but they're so great at the same time. Like, they can make anything out of anything for those. And then Xbox One, I went back on there. I went through all the Halos because I wasn't that into Metal Gear Solid, so I started playing the Halos again, and I finished Halo 2, then I finished 3, 4, and then 3 ODST, and then I went back to the PlayStation 4 after that because I got the Uncharted collection,
Oh,
which
how
I've
are you liking that?
it's been done really well. It's a really excellently done remaster. But I didn't get that far into it because I've actually never played the Uncharted games, so this is
Yeah,
all new to me. The first one's cool. Like it's not the best, but I've been told like I don't like the controls on there that much. But then
gotcha.
the thing is, now I kind of stopped playing that because I've hopped on to other things. So I'm kind of trying to finish up Conker's Bad Fur Day right now. And I also bought Everybody's Gone to the Rapture because it was for like $8 on PSN. I've really been wanting to play that. So
What is that?
it's pretty much a walking simulator, but in better detail, have you played Dear Esther?
That sounds familiar, but no, I've never played it. I might have
It's
seen gameplay on it at one
Dude,
point.
it's on PC. It is absolutely beautiful. Now, it's definitely not a game for everyone, but you're walking around in this like big, huge open world landscape, and it's so peaceful, and you're seeing everything all around you. And there's like these letters that are being written to Esther and everything, and you're trying to figure out what's going on, who this person is, as you're just slowly going through the map. And it's that same way in here, where it's designed by the same people, but the
Yeah.
game, it looks absolutely stunning. It's so relaxing to play through. You're literally getting lost in this world as you're going around. You're following all these orbs. That there was like some big type of mass hysteria and big just sometime maybe like a nuclear fallout or something that happened. You really don't know, and you're following around all these characters and you're following their orbs and you're trying to unlock their stories and see what's going on to try and put the pieces together. But it's almost not even a true game in a sense, but it's an absolutely beautiful, stunning game, and it's so relaxing but so fun to play through, and I was infatuated with it while I was playing it.
It's called Dear Esther.
Dear Esther is the one on PC, but
Okay.
this one I was talking about is Everybody's Gone to the Rapture.
Okay, everybody's gone to the Rapture. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, maybe I'll have to take a look at it then.
Yeah, no, it was really good. And then with Conker, I've never completed the game like completely because I would always get stuck on some part. So I'm actually going through there now, and I have like 2 more sections to go through. But I was telling my coworker about it, and whenever I love telling people about the game, just like Daniel, have you played through it or not?
No, I've actually never owned it or anything like that. So I think I used an emulator to play it once upon a time, but that is definitely one of the games on the Rare replay that I do want to play through.
Gotcha. Do you have a replay?
Yeah, dude,
Okay,
I picked it up. Yeah.
Good. Because no, I'll put it like this, okay? There's one part where just when I tell you this from a commentary tone, just tell me what you think of it. So pretty much there's one part in there, there's a chapter called Spooky, and you go into like this spooky type place and you hang out with the Grim Reaper, like you see him there, and he hates cats and he hates squirrels, and he also like starts getting all pissed because he's like this little tiny mini Grim Reaper. It's hilariously cute. But he's all like, no, this fucking sucks. I fucking hate the undead. I've already killed them, and now they're back and they're undead. It doesn't make any fucking sense. So he's raging about that. So you get a shotgun. You start killing all these other squirrel zombies. Then you see like this squirrel that's like 400 years old. He lets you into his really creepy, like, torn up house, and actually it's a mansion. And he feeds you wine and a bunch of food. And then all these villagers come, and he's like, hey, Conker, listen, okay? So, I was going to kill you and drink your blood and eat you, but the villagers are here now, and they try to kill me every once in a while, so stay still. And Conker's like, wait a minute. What were you talking about, the blood thing? So then he ends up biting you. You become a bat, so you have to then go around and poop on all of these, like all these villagers, and pick them up and put them into a grinder, which it grinds up these squirrels, and then this blood goes directly into like the vampire bat's mouth, where he's like hanging upside down underneath this one faucet that keeps dripping everything. So he's like a regular sized bat, right?
Yeah.
Then when you get like 8 or 10 people in there, he's like as big as Big Bird, and he gets so fat that he can't sustain himself, so he falls into the grinder and gets all ground up.
Jesus Christ, dude. Honestly, like, I know absolutely jack shit about Conker. I just heard it's fucking insane, and, like, I've seen, like, that poop boss or whatever, dude.
Oh, yeah, the Great Mighty Pooh.
Yeah, and so, like, I mean, I've heard it's outrageous, but, like, based off what you just told me, like, it's probably even crazier than I ever anticipated.
Yeah, and see, like, I told one of my coworkers that, and he's like, what kind of drugs were these guys on when they were making this game?
It's just creativity, man.
It is. It's
fucking
so
awesome, dude.
It's so great. But yeah, people either think that I'm making up really tall tales or that the creators were on drugs.
I mean, either way, dude. Like, that's well, you told me right now. I think it sounds rad. I'm trying to poop on some villagers, man.
Exactly.
No, that's awesome. Do you know like percent wise how far you are?
About 75% from what I've seen with
Okay.
the achievement progress. Because right now I have the war chapter that I need to get through, which I've never touched that. So I need to play through that. And then the last chapter is pretty much the Matrix. It's like an entire parody of the Matrix. And then you get to the end and you're in space and you have to defeat the final boss there.
Okay. What about Banjo? Have you ever played through that?
I haven't played through those, but I've played Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie a bit. One of my friends and I this summer, we actually played through a bit of Banjo-Kazooie, and it was funny because he was so annoyed at all the characters.
Really, Banjo-Kazooie, dude, at one point was like one of my top N64 games.
Mm-hmm.
I really like it. Like, I've never touched Banjo-Tooie and I've never completed Banjo-Kazooie, but like I got really far in Banjo-Kazooie, so I'd like to play through those. And then I even want to play. I didn't realize it came out with like Nuts and Bolts or whatever. Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. So like,
Nuts and Bolts, it's on its own, it's a good game, but it was kind of a lot of people who are big fans of Banjo-Kazooie, pretty much anyone who's a fan of those two games does not like Nuts and Bolts, because the sad thing is, like, JonTron, he did an excellent video on it, with all of his, his humor and all that. But
yeah.
He said something that was really true. He said the truly disappointing thing is you go through the game, and if you explore it, you can tell that this game was Banjo 3E, or, you know, the third game in the Banjo series, and it was supposed to be like that because the maps are open and they're wide and you can explore them and there's just so much room for exploration. But it's almost like they got halfway through development and then somebody up top said, hey, let's make this a go-kart racing building style game.
Huh. Wait. What? It's not a platformer?
No, it's not a platformer. There's a little bit when you like collect some stuff, but no, your goal is to collect parts, build carts, and race them and everything.
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, and it's like, it's pretty much, it's in the Banjo-Kazooie world, and it has Banjo-Kazooie slapped on it, and still has some of the humor. Like, I know several people that love that game, but the people I know that absolutely loved it and were infatuated with it were people that had not played Banjo-Kazooie or Banjo-Tooie.
Oh, dude, that pisses me off because I thought I watched John Tron's thing on it, but I must not remember because, like, from what I saw, like, just the covers and the screenshots, like, I thought it was just like the witch comes back as like a fucking robotic cyborg thing, and like
she does, but you have to like build carts against her and all that.
Yeah, but I thought that it just like was like kind of a futuristic Banjo, but still true to like that whole platformer collecting the puzzle. That pisses me off.
They kind of sprinkled it in a tiny bit to kind of appease the fans as a we're sorry thing, but aside from that, no, it's a completely different game.
Well, that's really disappointing because I thought, again, in my mind, I was looking forward to like a completely way later on build of a Banjo game.
I mean, honestly, I'll put it like this. I have hope in a Banjo 3E because Microsoft has openly acknowledged that Conker exists. They see all these Rare franchises. And after seeing Shenmue 3 actually come to fruition, I believe anything is possible. So I would not be surprised if in the near future Rare does come out and they announce a true Banjo 3E.
That would be awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be definitely a huge supportive fan of that, dude.
Mm-hmm. The only thing is, a lot of the people actually like who worked on the original game, for some reason they couldn't do for whatever reason, because there's a game that got kickstarted called Yakovlev, which is the same type of premise on it, and it's pretty much the original people that worked on Banjo-Kazooie, and for whatever reason they just weren't using that license with Rare. Like, Rare was not using it, Microsoft wasn't using it, so they said, okay, let's go ahead and kickstart our own game, and that's going to be coming out, which is the spiritual successor to this.
Huh. Does it look good from what you've seen?
Yeah, it looks really good, and you're seeing that with a lot of games. Like, you know, Mighty Number 9, that's the spiritual successor to Mega Man. I already mentioned the Ukulele. I think Blood something. I don't know, but there's one game that is going to be a spiritual successor to, like, Castlevania, like the old school 2D Castlevania games, like Symphony of the Night.
What is it? I mean,
Bloodstained, I think that's it.
What does that mean exactly, spiritual successor?
Oh, it's pretty much, it's designed by the original team or the original creators, or at least some of them, and it's a completely different thing, like completely different, but same premise, same type of gameplay.
Got you. Okay. Yeah. I kind of, based off what you were saying, thought it was something like that, but I was like, I gotta clarify because I never heard that term used before.
Of course.
Okay, got you. So, is there anything else you've been playing through? That's pretty much it. I mean, that's a lot of shit. That sounds like you've been jumping around.
It is, yeah. And it's like, I don't even know if because I'm going to be busy the next few days here, so I don't even know if I'm going to be able to play through Conker before Halo 5 comes out. But pretty much, I mean, once Tuesday comes, it's like, well, I mean, I might play some games on the side of Halo 5, but even, like, tonight I was so proud of myself, actually, because I had to go to Walmart to buy some things, right? And
yeah.
I had a gift card in my pocket, too, that I needed to burn through, so I picked up a belt because I needed a new dress belt. I picked up some cleaning supplies. Then I decided, you know, let's go to the game section. And I saw Trials Fusion there for $20. I was like, you know, that's such a good deal. I should get it. And then I thought about it, and I looked up on Amazon. It was a little cheaper on there. And then I've played through Trials Fusion, like a decent amount of it, but I only rented it before. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to be busy the next few days. Tonight is kind of my only free night, and I'm not going to be using it for games. Maybe not. I don't know. No, especially with Halo 5 right around the corner. I'm not going to buy it, because if I buy it, I know I'm not going to play it.
Like, it's like a waste in a sense.
Exactly, yeah. Or I at least won't play it now. So I was so proud of myself because I just held back on there. But I was like, no, even though it's a good game and it's so cheap, I'm not getting it.
That was very mature of you.
I know, it was. And I still have some money left on my gift card.
Oh, wait, how'd you get a Walmart gift card?
From a when I tell this like out of context, it's just gonna sound so ratchet. And
Okay.
I promise they're a good company, they really are. But no, there's a company I was actually interviewing with, and for anyone that doesn't know, when you know sometimes travel for these interviews and all that, most of the time they will compensate you for your time and your mileage and all that. So this company, they actually pay you back with Sam's Club and Walmart gift cards. Yeah, which I'm like,
awesome.
I'm just like, I kind of wish it was something easier spendable, like I don't know, like a Visa gift card or
Cash?
something.
Yeah.
Normally they will not do cash. They will do like some companies do like a prepaid gift card or something like that, like Visa.
Yeah.
But no, this one does Walmart. I'm like, well, at least my problem is, see, I don't have anything against Walmart. It's just they're further away than other supermarkets in my area, so I rarely go to Walmart anymore.
Got you. That's funny. I mean, whatever. At least Walmart does have like everything.
Yeah, and the reason for doing that is because Sam's Club is available and Sam's Club sells gas. And then I'm just like, hey, so we got a Walmart but not a Sam's Club. They're like, oh yeah, it's fine. You could just spend it on whatever you want. So I actually did get a few games with it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, like the previous time I went there, I ended because I went to this clearance section they had, right, and they had all these games for $5.
What consoles?
The newest stuff was like Wii U, PS Vita. They didn't have any PS4, Xbox One, but they had like 360, PS3, some PS2 stuff as well.
That's still solid, dude. $5 is cheap.
Exactly. Yeah. No. For each of these, I paid $5 for them. I paid. I got Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 on Vita, Sly Cooper Thieves in Time, and Just Dance 4 on Wii U. Because my brothers love that, and they are planning to get a Wii U here soon, hopefully.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kick ass, man. For $5, you can't beat it.
Exactly. And the thing I thought with that as well, because like I've played Just Dance, it's fun, but I'm not a big fan of it. But my thing was more like, well, whenever they get their Wii U, I'll give it to them. It's a $5 game. And if for some ungodly reason they don't want it, I'll take it because it's a $5 Wii U game. And I'm like, you know what? I'm the one that paid for it.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Okay, so there's a game that I want to know just off the title if you've played it or not. Have you played a game called Shadow of Colossus?
Yes. I actually just completed it a few months ago.
Okay, and what is your feedback on it?
Great.
Okay, definitely play it?
Yes.
Okay, because this is a game that quite a few people have told me about over the years, and I've never played it, I've never owned it. Me and my buddy were at the store the other day, and on PlayStation 3, they had like a dual combo of that game and another one.
Eco.
What's that?
Eco.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And it was in like the $20 section, so me and my buddy were like, fuck yeah. And then we got to the register and the guy was like 40, so we're like, so we held off.
Oh,
right? Yeah. And then
it shouldn't even be that much.
Right? I know, dude. I know. But so then we went on the PlayStation, and you know how they have that PlayStation Now service?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that was one of the games in a PlayStation Now that you could stream and play through, and you get a 7-day free trial. So I was like, dude, like, let's just do this. We'll cancel it right away, and let's just like try to knock it out like this week. And so he got it. We started playing it. We got through the intro. It looked all fucking pretty and awesome looking and shit. And then it was like a little information status bar. You're like connection error, and then yeah. So we never got to play it. But that is one game, dude, that I don't know why, but I just feel like I need to play it. It looks fucking epic, dude.
It came out near the end of it came out in 2004, 2005.
PS2, right?
Right, PS2, yeah. And it's a great game. It's one of the definitive titles on the series. I love Eco. That's my game right there. Even though that's another game, I love it, but I've never finished it, and I still need to. But everybody always told me, they said, play Shadow. Shadow is one of the best games on the system. Yeah. And I'll say this, I do feel like it is a bit of an overrated title, but I played through it, and I really enjoyed it. And it's just, it's so emotional and raw just because of the simplicity of it.
Yeah, well, I mean, just like, I don't know what it was about it, but even just watching the intro, like the cinematics and like the art style and everything about it, I was like, oh, this just looks so fucking cool, dude. Like, I don't know. That is one game that I need to, I don't know if I'll play it this year, but I'm hoping that they remaster. No, they're not gonna do you think there's a chance they'll ever remaster it because of its popularity, or no way?
I honestly think they might, and that's one of those games I would pay for a remaster. Just because here's my thing, it would need to be 60 frames a second, because what they did was when they brought, I think it's 1080p, yeah. So on the PS2, it ran, at 480i or whatever, a standard definition resolution. And it ran, from what I've seen, at about 15-20 frames a second. It was slow. It didn't really look that good. It was in letterbox and all that. The PS3, they completely redid the game, so it was, and I don't know if they completely remade it, but they remastered it to the point where it was almost a remake. But they end up making it 16:9, so you had that nice widescreen, atmospheric type thing to it.
Yeah.
They ran it it's not solid. It runs at around 30 frames per second, but it is 1080p. But I think it's easily portable over to, if it gets ported over to the PS4, it could easily run at 1080p 60 frames a second, and that would be a great experience to run through.
I would love to. Honestly, lately, I had some extra cash the other day, and my buddy talked me out of wasting my money. But I've been on the fence, dude, about picking up a PlayStation 3 again, and
dude, they're so cheap.
I almost bought it brand new though from Walmart, dude.
Well, you should look at deals. Dude, I saw I think a 120 or 250 gig system on Cowboom for $80.
What is Cowboom?
Cowboom is it's an offshoot of Best Buy, and it's pretty much scratch and dent systems that might be missing things. So they have different deals every day. But for example, the last thing I bought from there, I bought a 360 Slim for $50.
I need to write this down.
Yeah.
I'm writing it down. Cowboom.
Yeah, it was that was actually the one I used it for. I talked to you through it as well too. But I remember that was the last Xbox 360 I bought. Well, at least I'm planning to buy, and I bought it just to play around with it, and I lucked out because it was a Trinity and it had a 16D4S drive, so I actually used that system in a flashing video, and I RGH'd it as well too.
That's freaking awesome, dude.
Yeah, and it was just, it was a fun project. I threw $50 into it. I took a chance. I'm like, oh, hey, this thing, awesome.
Yeah, dude, for $50, dude, I feel like it's worth taking a chance,
Absolutely. And then
it's really not that bad.
As I said, I saw that PS3, and that was a really good deal, but at the time I'd actually already bought a stock PS3, so I didn't really need that, but still, I was just that's if I needed a PS3, I would have hopped on that in an instant, because right now they're, even my 360, for example, it was scratched up, it was scuffed, it wasn't in very good condition, but it was $50.
Yeah, dude, I can't freaking beat it, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm debating because there's certain games like Shadow Colossus for one. I really want both of the Kingdom Hearts HD remakes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know? I looked into it, but I don't really know that there's a Kingdom Hearts 2.8 that's coming out for PS4.
Yes, and because of that, I have a sneaking suspicion they will re-release the other ones on PS4.
Okay, because that was
I really have a sneaking suspicion of that, especially since not only Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out on PS4, but Final Fantasy X and X-2 got remastered on PS4.
Okay, so there's a chance because that's I really I have them on PS2, Kingdom Hearts, I do, and I can totally get Shadow Colossus on PS2, but I want that HD, man.
It's I'll say this, at least Shadow of the Colossus, there is a huge difference between PS3 and PS2. The PS3 version is much more playable and it is prettier.
Yeah.
Because everybody, I'd even, it's so funny because I'd watch some videos over it as well too while I was playing through it just to get people's opinions on it. And a lot of people, they're saying, some people were just oh, the PS2 version was better. And then other people would fight and they're just dude, look at it. The PS2 version looks like shit and it runs like shit. It barely ran on the system. The PS3 version is better. Take off your nostalgia glasses. I'm like, because some people, they try to say, they're just yeah, well, because it runs slower and it doesn't look as good, that adds to the atmosphere. And I'm like, God, no, it really doesn't. Now, there are some games that can be explained through that. For example, Silent Hill, when those games end up getting remastered, I actually played through Silent Hill 2 on the HD collection they released for it. I played through part of Silent Hill 3. I never finished it. But Silent Hill 2, a lot of people did discredit that because they end up cleaning up that game quite a bit. But they almost took out too much fog to the point where it got rid of some of the, just some of the ominous atmosphere with it. But it even revealed a bunch of graphical glitches that the fog originally covered up in the PS2 and Xbox versions.
That's funny.
Yeah, so you get to see more imperfections with it. Now, as somebody who had never really, I'd never played through Silent Hill 2, it was fine, especially since, the Xbox 360 version, it had achievement support, it looked better, and also didn't have the save game glitch where there's a glitch where if you save in any other save port aside from save point 1, there's a very high chance of your game corrupting. So I was able to bypass that as well, too. But a lot of people who are, the real big loyalists, they say either emulate the PS2 version or find the PC copy if you can for the best experience.
Have you played the first one or no?
Silent Hill?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Did you play it on PS1?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, man, that shit's terrifying.
Even to this day, you think it's spooky?
Well, you know, it's spooky to me because it's been spooky. But I don't know about somebody who's like just getting into it for the first time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because like I know back then, I remember like at one point wasn't it like credited as being one of the scariest
It
games ever
is. It
made?
is because
Okay,
that's also
okay.
another game. Actually, it used the PS1's like lack of, low power to its disadvantage. Well, to its advantage because it made everything look like shittier and creepier, more ominous.
Yeah, because I do remember like hearing stuff about it, and then I played it like for a second a couple years back, and I mean I really didn't. I literally played it for a second. I powered
Hmm.
it on, and but I was like, man, like this doesn't seem that weird. But then again, like, dude, I'm older now. I was playing it in a room where it was light in, and like the volume wasn't on loud. It's like I don't know. I feel like still like if I played in the dark and like I got really into it, it could still be kind of eerie. Because
Hmm.
graphics, like with horror, like graphics are not everything at all.
Yeah, the creepy thing is with Silent Hill as well too. Is what was I gonna say? Not even creepy. No, I was gonna say the Admiral thing. I completely mixed up things on here. But did you know Silent Hill? It's so hard to believe that Konami used to do this and that there were companies that actually took these big chances. But the original Silent Hill, they pretty much took all the people that were the shittiest people on every project in Konami and they threw them into a room and formed Team Silent and they said, "Yo, guys, do whatever you want to. Make us something."
And they came out with a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and there was, I mean, there was no hope behind it. As I said, first off, they took the worst people from every project. They took them off those projects, put them on this team. They call themselves Team Silence because that's what, they eventually made. But then even there, for example, there was one guy who pretty much lived in Konami who did all of the FMVs. So every single full motion video type thing, he really wanted to, I don't know what he had. I think he had like a developer job or something. He really wanted to do the 3D video. And he like really fought with them and he really wanted this. And they said, okay, we'll have you do the FMVs and the full motion, like and the 3D effects and all that, but on the condition that you have to do it all. So they had this guy did everything every single night. He would when everybody left, he would set up all the computers, like connect them all together. So he would pretty much have a supercomputer, and they would all render out, all the FMVs. He learned how to do, all the like create 3D models, set up the videos themselves, exports, all this crazy shit. And this is in 1997, 1998 as well, where
Yeah.
all that stuff. I mean, it's still hard now, but it was 20, 30 times harder back then.
Not nearly as user friendly.
Exactly, and that was one guy who did every single full motion video sequence in that game.
It's crazy. Did he after that get a lot of like acknowledgement?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
I mean
Okay.
that story still lives on. But no, I mean that's the crazy thing. Like they took the shittiest people and all the misfits, and that really shows just the brilliance of them too. They took them and they put them on this team because they said, you know what, you guys are not good fits on these other teams, and we don't know if it's because you're a bad worker or you're just not on a project that you should be working on. But here you go. Here's some money. Give us something.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah, and now Konami actually does the opposite. What they do is if you're doing bad stuff, they'll actually keep downgrading your job.
So they are shitty now.
You can go from senior designer to janitor.
That's so fucked.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, it really plays into Japanese culture as well too. Because with those, like with Japanese culture, it's and nothing against the Japanese, because I'm part Japanese as well. But the way it is over there, it's like when you work for a company, you die with that company. So it's not looked upon in a good manner if you quit or if you go to another company. As I said, since you stay there, you don't really have that much of an option. They also use, shaming in their workplace as well, too. So all that is normal. Now, there's some places that do worse than others, but that's just part of the cultural experience and lifestyle there, too.
It makes me happy that I don't live and work there. I'm just saying. I'm sorry if you do, but I mean, Jesus, dude.
Yeah, no, like there's, it's funny because it's like here, you'll talk to students, for example, that are getting out of, before they even accept their first job offer, they're saying, oh, I'm only going to work here for like 2 or 3 years, then go elsewhere. And then you go to places like Japan where it's like, nah, man, you get your degree, you start working, and you're with that company until you retire or die.
Wow. So it's like frowned upon then to
Yeah.
leave then.
Yeah.
probably like a form of dishonor or something like that.
Almost, yeah, yeah. You could say that. I think with the with older generations, passing away, with the new generation coming up, and with the rise of technology and all the new facets of just employment and everything, I think that is changing overall. But it's still a stigma that's available over there.
In traditional Japanese,
Yeah,
yeah. Huh. One other game that I recently saw that I haven't played at all because again I don't play horror, but I was wondering if you like took a look at it. Have you heard of a game called Soma?
Yes, I have not played it actually. I forgot that it came out until one of my friends told me about it.
Is this something that you definitely plan on taking a look at some
Yeah,
point?
yeah, after Halo and Call of Duty and all.
Yeah, so like sometime
It's
sometime
like,
after
it's like, dude, I got so many games right now already. Like, goddamn.
Well, yeah, it was just crazy because I told my brother I was like, dude, like Halo comes out next week, and then I think Call of Duty comes out the following week, and then
No. Oh, wait, is it the following week? God, no, it can't. It might be.
it's the fourth, I think, dude.
It's oh my. Oh.
Yeah, and then Star
I
Wars.
might just have a copy of Call of Duty sitting there for like 2 weeks. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like for sure freaking out. I'm like, how perfect timing! Like I'll be like getting towards the end of my semester, like the crucial time where you need to be studying and not playing video games, and I'm like, oh my god, dude. Yeah.
It's gonna be one of those things where I'll just throw up all my books. Well, technically ebooks, so I'll just throw my laptop in the air and be like, you know what? Fine. I didn't even want to graduate.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, gamer life, man.
Gamer life.
Yeah, I'm already hollowing out downstairs so I can set up a basement in my parents' house.
Oh, gotcha. So you want to get the neckbeard suite going.
Yeah. The neckbeard for sure, dude. Yeah. I want a shirt with like 3 grease stains that no one's really sure how I got them because I haven't eaten today.
Exactly. This one's crusty and it's kind of creamy. What happened there?
Yeah.
Oh, that was the Frosted Flakes.
Yeah, exactly. No, all jokes aside though, it's gonna be interesting because I mean, again, I'm gonna be like bouncing back and forth between all of those games, and like I almost wish I can clone myself that way I can play them all at once.
I'll be straight up. Black Ops 3. I mean, it was a fun game, but like I'm buying the mini fridge edition because I needed a new mini fridge. Like,
Yeah,
that's my priority. Call of Duty's kind of a bonus in there.
got you.
Yeah, so that's the thing for me. Call of Duty is definitely taking a back seat and maybe even going in the trunk for Halo. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, I want to see. I'm actually really excited. I'm not gonna watch any of the other unboxings. I want to see yours when you get that mini fridge, dude.
Oh yeah.
You told me about it like months ago now, dude. So
Yeah.
I've seen a picture of it, granted, but like still, I want to see like you fucking just I don't know, just I want to see your mini fridge, man. That's all.
I think it's supposed to make no. Yeah, one thing I really think they should have done, which they can still do it. They might be able to. I don't know, but one thing that kind of disappointed me is that they specifically said, because right now the new game Fuel is out. It's all Call of Duty. It's Black Ops 3, and they made this mini fridge so that you can comfortably fit in a 12-pack of canned soda. And I was just like, they're giving you all this stuff. It would almost make sense. Like, can't they just give you like a voucher that you can get a free 12-pack of Mountain Dew Game Fuel?
That does make sense.
Yeah, I'm just like, dude, that's what, like at most $5.
Wait, is Game Fuel a different flavor or no?
Yeah, Game Fuel is a different flavor.
What does it taste like?
I don't really want to do a taste test right now. There's 2 flavors. There's the cherry one, which that one's really good. It's like some kind of like citrusy cherry type thing.
Uh-huh.
And then there's another one that's blue, and that one it's like kind of like a blueberry type thing, but it also has hints of vanilla to it in it.
These are limited time?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to pick them up.
Yeah, I got a few packs already. So
yeah, this is new. This is news
like,
to
me.
me.
I don't even drink soda that often, but like the exception for me is the crazy flavors of Mountain Dew. I'm just like, whenever they release new flavors, I gotta drink them. The one
hilarious.
exception recently was like when they ended up canning Baja Blast. I was like, well, I mean, Baja Blast has been at Taco Bell for so long, so it's nothing new. It's just now they're selling it outside of Taco Bell.
Wasn't that limited as well, or is that permanent?
That was limited.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well. Because I remember that.
My favorite one was probably Livewire, which I still think is the best Mountain Dew flavor one of the best ones. The best regular Mountain Dew flavor, but Livewire is great. But that was an exclusive summer thing, so they ended up releasing it for like 2 summers, I want to say, and then after that they just made it a full-time flavor.
I don't know if I've had that.
Dude, oh, it's so good. It's the orange one.
Huh. Yeah, I know I've had like regular, and then there's like cherry Mountain Dew, right?
Code Red, yeah.
Yeah, I've had Code Red, exactly, but I don't know if I've had all the crazy flavors, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
The best one, in my opinion, is like out of like even the other crazy flavors I've had is the blue World of Warcraft Game Fuel Mountain Dew that came out years ago. That is the best one I've had.
It's kick-ass.
Yeah, oh dude, it was so good. They've never re-released it after that though.
It's weird, like lately, because I like soda a lot, dude, and like I drink way too much fucking soda. But it like growing up, my mom used to buy like a lot of like Squirt and Mountain Dew and Sunkist and stuff like that. But like for some reason, the past I want to say year here, I only seem to like dark soda, dude.
Gotcha. And see, I'm the opposite. Like, I'll drink a cola or something. Like, like I can't drink root beer anymore. I can't drink Pepsi. I can't drink Coke. I can't drink anything like that.
Every night at work, it's either Dr. Pepper, root beer, or cherry Coke. Those are the three things I rotate.
Dude, and I might upset you or other people. I don't like Mountain Dew. Not Mountain Dew. No, not Mountain Dew. I don't like Dr. Pepper. That's it.
I was like, what the fuck?
No,
no, you're just doing on this rant. I'm like, who are you?
No, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
Yeah, like fucking Two-Face over here.
No, it was Dr. Pepper. That's it. Like everyone I know loves Dr. Pepper. They're like, oh, it's the best soda. I'm like, it's not good.
Yeah, I really like Dr. Pepper.
No, dude, I don't like Dr. Pepper. I've never liked it.
My friends always got like three 12 packs or whatever of Dr. Pepper at all times. Like, yeah.
God, no, that's like ass to me.
Really, dude?
Yeah, dude, I hate it.
You're like ass to me. I'm just kidding. That's weird though. I mean, whatever. Different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, and it's like even when I was drinking a ton of soda, including like all the dark stuff like Pepsi and like Coke and all that, never liked Dr. Pepper.
Huh?
Yeah, they're just like, oh yeah, it has 23 flavors. And it's so great. I'm like, it's not that good.
What's your opinion on like cherry and vanilla Coke?
Those are good as well too. Like if I could choose between a cherry or vanilla Coke or a regular Coke, I would probably choose a cherry or vanilla one just because it's a different flavor to kind of cut that like big cola flavor.
Yeah.
But even with that, also when it comes to Coke versus Pepsi, I'm more of a Pepsi person, honestly.
Huh. It's funny. I actually in 8th grade, me and my buddy Isaac, we were nicknamed Pepsi Boys, and that's because so every single day I would get I went to a private school back then, and I get like a food, it's a food stamp, but then they were literally like food stamps. You'd buy them and they were cheaper than like outright buying with cash the lunch. And so
okay.
Yeah, so I'd get them. I think they were like $2.50, and I would sell them for like $2 cash. So I'd lose money, but like someone would get that, and I'd get my $2, and my buddy would get like $2, and we'd always go around like asking, because it was a small school, dude. It was a really small school. We'd go around like asking if anyone wanted to donate money to like our cause, and we would get every single day, dude. It was hot Cheetos and like probably like 6 to 8 Pepsi bottles, and
oh god,
yeah, and so we would drink them. Yeah, we would drink them, and then we learned that like, wow, like we can make ourselves burp really good when we drink Pepsi. And so one day we went to these, like, it was like the popular girls table, and it was me and my buddy, and we were drinking them, and we were, burping, like belching loud as shit, and all the girls were like absolutely just disgusted.
They're like, oh my god, y'all are so gross.
Yeah. So naturally, like, I was like, this is fucking awesome, dude. So like we kept doing it, and then we went back and we got more and more and more, and I've got a really bad stomach. I actually take like anti-acid pills, but I didn't know back then. And after probably like my 4th or 5th bottle, dude, I told my buddies like, hey, dude, I don't feel so good. And so I ran into the bathroom, man, and he comes in after me, and I throw up all over, dude, all over the sink, bro. And my buddy looks at me, dude, and he's like, oh god, he throws up everywhere on the floor, dude. And so after that, like, I completely do not like Pepsi. Me and my buddy like only drink Coke now, dude. I wish I could have that video. I remember there was like the campus, like, I don't know, they're like security, not really security, but just like, you know, the people that look over and make sure everything's fine, walks into the restroom and just, he's looking at us, he's got his sunglasses on, it's just me throwing up in the sink, my buddy throwing up on the ground, and he's just like, what the hell is going on?
I bet it was like still cold too.
What, the throw up?
Yeah. Probably,
dude. It was so fucking gross, though. Like, I remember never again after that. Like, every time I thought of Pepsi, like, it took me back to that moment. Yeah. I figured you could appreciate that, man.
Oh, my God. That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was fun.
See, my middle school lunch type story is for a few weeks I did this, right? And it was just like, it was an act that I put on. And I never got in trouble for it, which I don't know how. But people were just they were so weirded out and entertained by it. And people didn't know, like, people thought I was laughing at them, so like they'd hit me. Other people, they wanted me to do this at other tables. It was just what I used to do. This is for like 2-3 weeks in middle school. Was I would just think of something really funny. And it just got to the point where, I was just like, I was with some friends and I wanted to embarrass one of my friends I was with. So I would just start laughing really loud, just completely randomly.
Yeah.
And I would think of stuff that was funny, and then I would even project more. But then I started adding on little tweaks to it. So, like, I started, like, opening my mouth really wide. I started keeping my eyes open, like, super wide, so I looked, like, really crazy and all
person.
that. Yeah, and then the thing I started doing was I was taking, like, what was it? Like napkins, and I like ripped them up and like put them in my mouth and stuff. And either like, so you'd see like this like crazy like cotton mouth type thing going on, or like I would just like spit them out on the table or something.
Just wait, you do this like every lunch?
Almost every lunch. It was like almost every other day or something. And like it was getting to the point where it's like, for example, my friend would be like, "Oh, hey, Danny, go to this table." So it was like a table of like, because they were those fold up tables, so you could sit like I want to say you could sit like 12 people per table. So there'd be a table that has like 6 people at it, right? Uh-huh. And then what I would do is I would go to the very end. Like, I'm this weirdo, right? So I'm sitting there. Like, it's obvious I'm not supposed to be sitting there. I'm just sitting at the end of the table. I was kind of like playing with my hands on it for like a minute. Then I just bust out laughing, like at nothing. And people are like turning around looking at me and stuff. And like I have like these crazy eyes going on. And there's like all this stuff in my mouth that might or might not be coming out. And I'm like hitting the table as hard as I can as well, too. Just like busting out laughing about this. Yeah, so, like, it was just an act that kept on going on.
I wish I could fucking see that, dude. Like, I can picture just a bunch of people looking at you, like kind of, like, confused as to, like, what's happening right now.
I think one person kind of hit me because he was just annoyed with it. Another person, I remember he hit me because I went over to him, and I was just like, let's say it was Daniel. I'd be like, oh, hey, Daniel. He's just like, hey, what's up? And I just busted out laughing. Like, I'm just laughing as hard as I can. And he's like, Danny, what? And he's asking me, like, why am I laughing at him? I'm laughing at something else or what? So he was, like, hitting me, trying to figure out why I was laughing, and then I was kind of taking my pain and turning it into laughter, so I was laughing even harder.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, honestly, that was the weirdest thing I've done in middle school, but which probably sounds tame compared to, what other kids are doing now and what other people have done. But no, like, it was something that happened for, like, maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3 weeks. I don't think it was 3 weeks. And then I just got bored of it, so I stopped doing it, because that's how it is in middle school. It's like there's these fads. They last for a week or 2.
Yeah, but I mean, that sounds pretty solid for a week or 2, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, I'd be like super embarrassed if you'd like come over to me and start doing that. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
Yeah, and the people would wonder, they're just like, are you embarrassed doing that? I'm like, for some reason, I'm not, because it's like, people already know I wasn't even like the oddball. Like, dude, we had people that were running up and down the halls making like, like siren sound effects and doing all this other stuff and talking in weird tones and stuff like that.
You were fairly normal compared to them.
Yeah, but I was also, a different type of person as well, too. Like, I was listening to like weird bands and shit that people weren't. Like, for example, like my all-time favorite band, still Tool. I was a huge Tool fanatic, loved System of a Down as well, which people for a while, nobody knew who Tool was really, and people didn't know who System of a Down were until BYOB and Lonely Day. This was in middle school at least. So like everybody, like, if you weren't listening to Panic at the Disco or Fall Out Boy, you were weird as fuck when it came to your music choices.
That was my Blink-182, Green Day, Sum 41, Taking Back Sunday.
Green Day was big as well, too, because they had just, like, right before...
American Idiot.
Yeah, because it was 6th grade, and even that summer, it was all about American Idiot.
Yeah. So you were like the original hipster, is what you're trying to say.
Not even, because I didn't listen to obscure stuff. Like, obscure stuff for me, when I think of, like, hipster music, I think of, like, either, like, folk music or stuff that's just, like, a bunch of noise.
Like ska, maybe, or no?
Not even that. It's like, I don't even know how to really put it, honestly, because even like Tool, for example, they're an extremely well-known band. It's just they're not.
It's like an older generation.
They're not known to middle schoolers.
No, that's an older generation for the most part.
Exactly, but like people are just like, Tool is not popular. I'm like, oh my god, you are so wrong.
Yeah,
yeah. I'm like, no, they're very well known. It's just they're not on MTV like Fall Out Boy.
So just different demographic of people.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's funny, dude.
Yeah, that's almost like saying, even though I think Slayer's probably... I would say Slayer's more popular because they've been around longer and everything, but that's almost someone like saying, oh, Slayer's not popular. It's like, no, they're very popular. It's just they don't get any rotation on MTV or anything like that, but you're saying they're not popular. That's you don't really know your music that well.
Well, yeah, it's for people that only listen to, like, regular... Well, I don't want to say regular, but, like, the mainstream stuff,
I get... Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff, like...
I mean, there's a lot of old school bands that like current generation people don't know at all. Like, I mean, I put on, for example, at the bar today, Flock of Seagulls.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who they are or no?
Yeah, no, great band.
Yeah, it's like everyone's like.
I found out through them. I found out. I discovered them through Vice City, actually.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I put on like When in Rome. I don't know if you've heard of them.
I have not.
Okay, they have a song called Promise. It's absolutely fucking phenomenal. But like a lot of people in the bar were like, "What is this? Like, who put this on?" But like all the people that were like 30 or 40 were like, "Dude, this is fucking phenomenal." They're like, and then when they found out I put it on, they were like, "That's strange." And I'm like, "Dude,
you're awesome."
Yeah, I was like, sorry that like I hung out with older people and like I have a pretty broad spectrum. Like maybe one day I'll put on like Ice Cube and Dr. Dre, and then like the next second will be some fucking like chill ass acoustic. Like I like all sorts of music, you know.
Mm-hmm. Of course. No,
Depends.
I gotcha.
Yeah, it depends on my mood and shit. So I don't know.
Yeah, no, middle school was definitely the overall consensus there was pretty much just like you gotta listen to the top 40, the stuff that's on what at the time TRL, you know, the popular stuff. That's what you need to be listening to. I don't really like anything like the only real big popular band that I really liked was Panic at the Disco, which their first album I still like a lot, and for some reason I liked them. I don't know why. I still think they're a great band.
I liked them a little bit. My last girlfriend was obsessed. Like she saw them twice. Like once when I was with her, and once like right before I got with her. She fucking loves them. The only song I can remember is like oh god.
I Write Sins Not Tragedies.
Is that the one that goes like I chimed in with
yes,
the happy?
Yes,
yeah.
That's it.
That's the one I remember. And then like Fall Out Boy, like Sugar We're Going Down.
God damn it! I don't like that song. Yeah,
I saw that.
No, I like several other of their songs they've released, but I don't like Sugar. I've been okay with it, but like it was so overplayed was the problem.
Yeah, well they opened for Blink-182 and I saw them like 5 years ago now, and I will say though, like they are definitely talented. They sound his voice. I don't know his name, but I think
his name is Pete Wentz. I want to say.
I thought that was the guitarist.
I don't know actually.
Okay, it might be. You could totally be right. I'm just saying, like whoever it was though, like they did sound absolutely phenomenal. Like, he's got talent when it comes to his voice.
Mm-hmm.
You googling it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's you heard the typing.
Yeah.
Let's see. What's his name? Patrick Stump. No, that's it.
Okay, yeah, because Pete Wentz is the dark-haired guitar player.
Okay. I knew who Pete was. Yeah, yep, Pete's right there.
Okay, yeah, so that's it there. But
yeah, hey, for anybody that might be yelling at me, I said I wasn't a big fan of Fall Out Boy, so forgive my ignorance. But
yeah,
I came out. It's not like I said, "Oh, I'm a diehard fan," and then I got it wrong.
Well, did you ever go through like emo phase? Because I like My Chemical Romance and stuff like that.
I felt emo, but I didn't actually go through it, mostly because I couldn't really afford the clothes.
Well, I didn't wear the clothes by any means, and like people that saw me thought I was like.
See, I remember one of my favorite stories. This is in this is in 7th grade again, because it was just there was so much cliquish stuff as well too. But I remember one of my friends, he was saying he was just like he knew other people that were emo, and he was just like, yeah, the only way you have to be emo is you have to write a poem. And I was like, well, he's like, well, because he was explaining to me what the difference between goth and emo is. He's like, yeah, goth is like all dark and black stuff. Emo is all colors. Like they express all emotions. He's like, yeah, to be officially emo, you have to write a song or a poem. I was like, oh, I've written poetry. He's like, no, Danny, you have to actually write, like, not in class. And I was like, yeah, no, I've done that. And then like a week later, he's like, hey, Danny, I'm emo. I'm like, have you written a song or a poem? He's like, no, I didn't. I was like, well, don't you have to write a song or poem? He's like, no, you don't. I was like, no, you told me specifically. You said in order to officially be emo, you have to write a song or a poem. He's like, oh, Danny, I hate it when you do this. And I was like, I'm just going by your rules. You set them in place.
Oh my god, you're like it's in the handbook, the emo handbook.
Exactly. I'm like, you are violating the trust set into you with the emo handbook. So you're telling me that you're declaring yourself as emo, but you have not written a song or a poem?
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like, go do the walk of shame where everyone hits you with a towel.
Exactly. Oh god.
That's like high school, like, or no, middle school locker room all over again. Dude.
High school as well too, I guess you could say.
Yeah, like did that happen to me in high school? Mine was more middle school, dude. Where people were, like, whipping with their shirts and shit.
No, dude, that was high school for me.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Not me. I didn't take.
High school, we had people that bombed with axe.
Oh, that was middle school for me, dude. Wait, but aren't you?
No, middle school. That was with the axe bombs and all that.
What year did you graduate?
2011.
Okay, so yeah, you're 1 year after me. So,
Mhm.
well, that wouldn't make sense then, because that'd be opposite. I don't know.
It's
But
because
yeah,
y'all in California are different.
that's true. We like maybe we get it a little wait earlier. I don't know. I guess I
I
don't know.
don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But the axe thing, I do remember people spraying and everyone's like coughing. You can fucking taste it, dude.
Yeah, and like we had been told so many times, like our professor, not our professor, our gym teacher, I think he said you do like 2 sprays of Axe, short sprays, and that's it.
Yeah.
And he said that teachers are complaining because we were at the very end of a hallway, right? And he said that the problem is there were people that were just bombing and spraying Axe, and the smell and the scent was leaking out into the hallway. So people like halfway down this long ass hallway were smelling it, and there were other professors and students in other classes that were smelling it, you know, at the end of gym class, and they were coughing and everything. So it was an epidemic.
Yeah, dude. I remember one time there was a chick that I knew her locker combination, and I had a brand new Axe can, dude, and I opened her locker and I taped it down and threw it in her locker and closed it, dude. I was such a punk ass, man. And, like,
Oh my god.
yeah, she was fucking pissed, bro, because like all of her books just smelled so bad. Like you'd open your locker.
Yeah,
and
because dude, there's a point where there's too much Axe.
yeah, dude. Oh man, I was such a fucking dick, dude. Like, but it was all in good fun for me, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I definitely. That's funny. I totally do remember that whole Axe epidemic, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's something that everyone in I think in the U.S. middle school system has done at one point.
Yeah, you've got to. Otherwise, you're not fully experiencing the middle school, lifestyle.
Absolutely.
That shit's funny, dude. Well, I don't know. Is there anything else on your mind, man?
Oh, jeez, I don't know. That was a good episode. We kind of talked about like everything and all in between. What should we name it?
Oh my god. Okay, I got it. I've been playing Mountain Dew, Axe Can, Scary Shit, Dog Bark. No, I have no idea though, dude.
Oh, let's see. Recent video games and middle school stories.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds solid.
Yeah. How about that for ModChat Plus episode 4?
Hells to the yeah.
Yeah, and oh god, I gotta do this at the beginning of the next mod chat because I was gonna do this at the beginning and I completely forgot. A big shout out to Brian from B Square Designs. I hired him as a designer. He did some graphics on my intro and my outro on my channel, and we're working on some other stuff. But he did all the graphics that you're going to see on iTunes and the Facebook page for this, and the Podbean as well too. So he made new icons and a banner and everything. And, you know, I paid him for it, so I don't even need to be doing this. But, you know, big shout out to him for doing all that.
Thank you, Brian.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mario, as well, for lining all that up.
Oh,
and
hey, no problem.
I do say that, too, if you're cool with it, we can do that, or you can do that at the beginning of the next one, just so that way, you know, for sure people hear it.
Absolutely, because I completely forgot, and I was like, oh my god, we slipped it in at the end. Well, it's better than nothing.
Giggity. Oh, man. All right, dude. I guess I'll say goodbye first this time. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if you stuck around through the whole thing, thank you very much. Be sure to let us know. Share your middle school stories. Like, if you guys have any crazy stories, please share them down below. And also, if you're currently in middle school, I'd like to know, like, if things have changed, because it's been a solid,
how many people
years.
are whipping and how many people are nay-naying?
Yeah, like I'm curious to know, like, how things have changed, because I know that they have.
Yeah, because you got to realize this. I mean, because Dope's in year 23.
Yeah.
Okay, so for you, it's been 11 years. For me, it's been a decade since we've been in middle school.
Yeah, it's been a while. It doesn't feel that long. It really doesn't.
It doesn't. Yeah. And even, you know, the crazy thing actually is, like, see, we got 2 middle schools, right? And one of them is known as the ghetto middle school. The other one was known as the preppy, you know, rich kid middle school. And the funny thing is, as well, which it's so easy to fake that as well, which is hilarious. But the funny thing is, I actually talked with a friend who worked there over the summer. He was teaching a class there about coding. And I told him about that. And he's like, you know, I don't think so. When I was there, it kind of seemed like they were on the lower end of the financial spectrum. I was like, wait, really? He's like, well, yeah, Dean, you got to think about it. It's been 10 years since at least since you started. It's been 8 years since I've been in like 8-9 years since I've been in middle school, but I started it, you know, a decade ago. So he's like, yeah, you know, you got to realize, I mean, it's been about a decade. Like, things have really changed, and I don't think it's known as the rich kid school anymore.
It's declined.
Yeah, I'm happy about that.
That's funny, dude. Yeah, shit changes, dude. I mean, 10 fucking years is a long time, man.
It is. It doesn't even feel like it, man.
I could literally remember like having to line up and on the field and like do my PE bullshit. Dude. Like
Yeah,
it was
dude,
yesterday, man.
I remember full conversations.
Yeah, I don't miss it at all.
Oh no,
Well,
I don't.
mixed feelings, but like I for the 99% of it, don't miss it at all.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
so you miss it with 1% of your
Yeah,
living.
we dodgeball was fun, dude. I will say that much.
I gotcha.
But
Yeah.
okay.
Health
Anyways,
was fun learning about a bunch of drugs in 7th grade. Like we had last thing, we had this dude that came in and he's like, okay, since it's the Midwest and we're known for meth, we're gonna show you what to look out for making meth. So first off, you need Sudafed. You're gonna see people buying a lot of Sudafed because they make meth. And also, if you've seen some stuff like this, which might be rigged up, or this means that there was a meth place there. You could also have a meth lab in your house, in the back of your car, in the trunk of your car, at a local park. And I'm like, I was sitting there and I was like, you know, this doesn't seem like a good thing that he should be showing us.
No, they didn't do that at my school. I'll tell you that much. I went to a private middle school, and they were like super not showing on anything, dude. Yeah, I didn't get that whole meth experience.
Yeah, no, 8th grade health was all about like sexuality, and all in 7th grade health was all about drugs. I liked 7th grade health more because I thought drugs were fascinating. Like I didn't do any crazy experimentations or anything like that. Like I wasn't like Stitches or anything where he's like coked up 24/7. I'm completely clean. I don't do anything like that. But it was just, you know, like seeing how everything works, and even seeing how the human brain works has always just fascinated me with stuff like that.
It is pretty interesting. I can agree to that too. I saw. I didn't get that till my 9th grade when I went to public school for the first time. That's when I had my health class where there was like sex stuff and drugs and like eating disorders and stuff like that. But it's definitely, health is an interesting class because it's all stuff that's applicable to the real world and stuff that people deal with on a regular basis.
It is, yeah, and there's actually a lot of knowledge that I've gained from that class that I still remember to this day, and you can apply it to things. You could even reference it and all that as well too. And they didn't try to the whole like reefer madness type thing. They stuck to facts there.
Yeah, which is awesome, which is how it should be, especially if you're in a school teaching things. It should be legitimate, not biased opinions, really.
Exactly.
But on my end, I am out. Thank you all for watching, and kisses.
And this is Mr. Mario signing off. Thank you all for watching, everyone, and sticking through this very long episode. Let us know what you thought of this, because we enjoy doing these, and the ModChat Plus episodes are always longer because we can just talk about whatever the hell we want to, and there's no script to go off of or anything like that, or any underlying or overlaying theme of any kind. But if you want to find us, we're available on Facebook, we're available on iTunes where you could download, and as well as Podbean as well too. In addition to that, Dope Swanner has his own YouTube channel for anybody that doesn't know, so you can link down below in the description if you're watching this on YouTube, and you can check out his channel and show him some love.
Thank you very much for that.
Hey, no problem. Anyways, this is Mr. Mario signing off from ModChat Plus. Thank you all for watching and listening, everyone.